Good day, everyone. Have you ever faced the challenge of manual failover in always-on availability groups, only to be met with a roadblock in the form of error 35208, availability group DDL operations, or permitted only when you are using the master database? Don't worry, you're not alone. In today's video, we are looking into the intricacies of this error, understanding why it occurs, and most importantly, how to overcome it. Let's unravel the mystery behind error 35208 and ensure your manual failovers are as smooth as silk. Let's get started. I'll be utilizing a two-node always-on availability group setup for this video. We have JBSAG1 as primary replica and JBSAG2 as the secondary replica. And the availability mode is synchronous commit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to perform a manual failover from JBSAG2. So if I look at the JBSAG2 always on availability group, you will be able to see that we have this replica in secondary role. So what we'll do now is we'll try failing over this JBSWiki availability group. Let's click on failover. Click on next. So all is good here. So I'm going to just click on finish here. So now if you can see here, the wizard finished with errors, and the error is performing manual failover to secondary replica. There is an error. Yep. So if I look at this error, it basically tells fail to perform a manual failover of the availability group JBSWiki to server instance JBSAG2. The error is availability group DDL operations or permitted only when you are using the master database. Run the use master statement and retry your availability group DDL statement. So it basically tells the database context for running this particular query, for the failover query, seems to be not on the master database. It is on a different database. But what I don't understand here is we are basically executing this wizard from the SSMS. So I'm not sure how is it possible for us to use run, execute, or whatever it is, the use master command. So we are not sure on that. So now what we'll do is we will try executing this using T-SQL. Yep. So let's do the same thing here. And here, what I'm going to do, instead of clicking on finish, let me query it as a new query window. And then if you see here, it tells you must execute the following script in SQL CMD mode. Yeah. So now, if you look at this, when we basically queried, that is when we basically told script out this particular failover operation, the database context by default is showing as JBDB. Okay, basically it has to be master, but I'm not sure why we are seeing this as JBDB. But what we'll do now is let's go to query and then click on SQL CMD mode, and then let's try executing it and see if it is completing. Yep. So let's wait for this query to complete, or yeah, it's completed now. So let's do a refresh here. And if you see here, the failover is completed fine without any issues. Yep. So everything seems to be okay. So the problem is what I think is as soon as when I clicked on this a script failover operation, it is going to JBDB. So what I feel is let's click on connect and then go to this connect to server. And then let's click on options here. Yeah. So when you click on options here, and what you are seeing is that the connection properties is set to a different user database. It is set to JBDB. Okay. Maybe that is the reason we are having this issue. Let's click on default, or you can type master. Let's do a master here. Yeah. And then let's click on connect. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is let's close everything. Let's make sure we don't have anything, and then let's do a disconnect here, and then now let's connect to first JBSAG1. Let's click on options and make sure that connect to database is master. or you can select default database. That is also fine. Whatever is your login's default database, it will connect to. So if you want, it's better you put it as master. So click on connect. Likewise, let's do the same thing for this one, where we will put it as JBSAG2. Now it is all connected. Now let's try a failover. For JBSWiki, let's try a failover. Click on next, next, and click on finish here. Let's wait for this operation to complete. Yeah, so this time it all completed fine. Now that we moved it to JBSAG1, maybe the problem was specific to JBSAG2. So what we'll do, always on availability group looks good. So let's do the failover one more time to JBSAG2 and ensure that the failover is working fine. So let's click on next, next, and click on finish. And if you see here, it has completed fine this time. So the problem is like we connected to this replicas, primary replica and secondary replica with connect to database on an user database. And that is the reason we got this error message when we tried a manual failover. It gave an error stating like availability group DDL operations are permitted only when you are using the master database. Run the use master statement and retry your availability group DDL statement. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.